Hello, everybody. My name is Wes Samuelson. I am a tutor over at LSC and a writing enthusiast. And today I wanted to cover filler words. I noticed that I use filler words a lot, even when recording. I use the word so pretty often. But in writing, we see filler words mostly as very or kind of, or things like they were important. Now, there are some simple things we can do immediately to make this sentence, which reads, "The experiment was really very successful because it kind of showed how the results were important." Well, this sounds, first of all, very passive. When you use things like kind of, does it show that the results were important, or does it only a little bit show that the results were important? This could be phrased a little differently. Assuming that the results were important, we can immediately get rid of the word kind of, highlight in red. We can even get rid of the word very here, and also the word really. Without adding anything at all, we can immediately make this read a lot more confidently. The experiment was successful because it showed how the results were important. Another thing I'd like to add here is some context would be nice. But in this example, we don't have context because it's just an out of context statement. Now, word count, of course, is very important. I'm sure removing words is probably the least likely thing anyone wants to do here. This is where powerthesaurus.org comes in handy, better than thesaurus.com in my opinion. So in Power Thesaurus, we can use the word very, and let's go and replace that right now. Extremely, exceedingly, remarkably, quite, exceptionally, all of these now are more powerful. So was it very successful or was it extremely successful? This already reads a lot stronger. So the experiment was extremely successful. While I'm reading this, I feel excited, like, okay, why was it successful? Let's go. So in my opinion, we would leave out really here. So only removing one word from our initial sentence. Now it reads, the experiment was extremely successful because it showed how the results were important. Perfect. It's this easy to change out a sentence that sounds passive to something that sounds stronger. You want to be the professional when you are writing. If we wanted to keep the word kind of, maybe it is important that it did not fully show all of the results. We can still type that in here. Sort of, variety of, somewhat. So down here, getting away from the nouns, we come down to the adverbs. We go somewhat, slightly, or moderately. They already sound more professional and more at a college level. Kind of, it sounds like you're shrugging your shoulders. And as I'm looking through these synonyms, they still sound very passive, and we want active speaking. So I think that we would need to get rid of kind of as well. Again, saying I think even. I could just be like, we should get rid of this. So now the sentence reads, the experiment was extremely successful because it showed how the results were important. If you want extra words, it's specific. You can go, it showed how X and Y and Z affected the end result of ABC. In this moment, you're getting really specific on why that's important. And it's okay that it might repeat maybe a prior sentence a little bit as long as you're using different wording so it sounds interesting, or different syntax. You're having a short sentence followed by a long sentence, and you're making it very fascinating to read. So the experiment was extremely successful because it showed how X, Y, and Z affected the end result of ABC. Or we could go, the experiment was extremely successful because it showed the importance of X, Y, and Z, of how X, Y, and Z affected the end result of ABC. You've started with a short sentence that was very passive and now made it a longer sentence with active words that show your understanding of the subject matter. And that's how you get rid of filler words. Feel free to comment below or message me any parts of your paper that you're confused with. I'm more than happy to pull up a sentence and use it as an example on the page, and we can go over what would make it better as a group so we can all improve.